What is up, you guys? This is JP 3000. I'm here with
Tyler from T Jones Transportation.
Tyler. Appreciate that, man. Thank you for your time, man. Tyler, man, how did you get into trucking, man, and how did it all start?
So pretty much growing up, my whole family's full of truckers. My uncles, my granddad, my dad. You know, when I was in school during the summer, I would just go on the road with them over the summer, and that's pretty much like what I grew around and what I pretty much wanted to be. Pretty much what I wanted to be, and I just knew I wanted to do something growing up involving trucking. So that's pretty much how that started.
What's some of your experiences? What are some things that have stuck with you in trucking? What are some of your lessons and stuff you've learned in trucking?
Number one, I will say you need to have that maintenance account saved up. You know, there is no perfect truck. Even if you go to the lot, you go to, let's just say, Select Trucks of Atlanta, and you think you're getting a good truck, probably give or take within a month or two, you know, you would agree that something's gonna go wrong. Something's gonna break down on that truck. So that would be the number one lesson. Number two, honestly, just because I haven't been in the game that long under my own authority, I would say don't haul cheap freight, honestly, because it's different versus you being a company driver. You don't have no overhead. You don't have to worry about breakdowns. You don't got to worry about fuel. You get a check every week, but when you have your own equipment, you have your own authority, you got that insurance bill. If you have a trailer note, if you have a truck note, you got fuel, breakdowns. Like, so it's pivotal that, you know, what I've learned is know your bottom line, know what it's going to cost to even get your wheels turning, and try to set a margin with that.
And since you said that, because somebody else, they also asked me about it, and I was having a conversation with another guy, and he was asking, well, you probably on YouTube, you said, if I got 20 grand, is that a good amount of money to get a truck? It is, but I would say if you got 20, you're gonna spend 20 on the truck, you should have another 20. That way, if you have to buy that truck back, you have the money to buy that truck back. And what I mean by that is, you paid 20 for that truck, the motor goes out, and you gotta have that truck
25K at least,
yeah,
for a rebuild.
Yeah. And if you somewhere with a load, and that load has to get there, so somebody has to broker that load, or you have to partial that load out, where you might get paid for the part of it that you've ran, or somebody else may get all of it. It just kind of depends on the situation. So the best thing for success is getting yourself the right equipment that's been taken care of, that's in good condition, not only to your standards, but also to the standards of what your future in the industry is going to be like. If you're going to do dry van is relatively simple. It's easy. Most people start out in dry van, and then they, you know, I want to go do tanker, or I want to go do flatbed. So it just kind of depends, to each his own. What did you just say?
I wanted to piggyback off of what you said too about is 20K enough?
Yeah.
I would recommend, 20K is not nearly enough, because in my experience, I brought my truck was $24,000. But I did what is in another YouTuber, he called it the Low Ready series. I took another $5,000 to put into the truck. Shocks, shocks, oil changes, coolant changes, changed all the belts. And on top of that, like a month later, I had another $5,000 to $6,000 breakdown. So when you think about that, like, you can't really just think, okay, I just need enough money to buy a truck. You realistically probably need another 10K saved up after you buy that truck, because it's the little miscellaneous things that need to be worked out. And then, like you say, if you have the biggest problem, your motor go, easily you're talking about 25K, especially with, you know, shortage of parts right now, everything that's going on, minimum 25,000.
And I also want to say something else. Everybody's different, everybody's situation. If you can work on your truck, okay, that takes some of that pressure off of you. But if you're just starting out, and it's like, I can work on some stuff, but I already know, I mean, I can't mess with that motor. I mean, I'm just being real with you. I can change that alternator. I can do that. I can change that starter. I can change these batteries. I've already done that. But time, bro. All this time, bro. That dude, that's like what, 2 hours?
Yeah, about.
He laughing because he not, yeah, hey, you here too, bro. You here too, bro. Why you laughing at me? Hey, you gonna be here too? I forgot where I was going.
Certain things you can do yourself, like the motor rebuild.
Grease your truck.
Yeah.
Grease your truck. I don't know about the motor in your truck. The Cummins ISX. When this motor tells me to change the oil in it, I change the oil in it.
Yeah. And everybody's preference is different, but I do roughly every 15,000 miles. Now, some people go 20, 25. I'm not going that far, but me, roughly about 15,000 miles is what I'd usually do my oil changes at.
Dude, when I first got my truck, but I was just paranoid in the beginning because I was like, man, this is my first truck, man. It's got to work, man. Because to me, I was like, man, if this don't work, man, my family going to see. Like, man, you bought that truck. What happened? You know, so for me, I was just really paranoid. Dude, I was changing that oil every 5,000 miles. dude, I'm telling you, every 5,000 miles, I was changing the oil. And then, like, I could tell, like, okay, because the first 2 or 3 times it was 5,000, then it was 7, then it was 8. Then one time I had the filter got plugged up. That's when I got my bypass oil filtration system, and I hadn't had no problem with that since then. But I've always heard that Cummins are known for being dirty motors. Like it has a lot of soot in it. And that's with the EGR and the emission system on it. This is a 2006, but it's less when you take that off, but it's still a recirculating system. So the oil's gonna have a lot of soot in it, and you're not gonna get all of it out, and even if you did, it's just gonna get right back in it again. I am looking into getting it's this thing we had when we worked in the oil field. It would recycle the oil, but I can't remember what they call it, but it was a machine and I haven't been able to find it. But you could recycle oil with it, and it would give you your oil back out of it, but you would have to put whatever detergents that you wanted back into the oil. But I can't remember what it's called. But I'm gonna get in touch with Terry, because I know Terry, not Terry, can't remember what his name is. But he knows what I'm talking about, and I'm pretty sure somebody can lose one in up there. But anyway, do right by your truck, and just remember, until you get to where you got a mechanic, you know, you've got multiple trucks. It's just like the same thing we were saying earlier. You know, just start where you at, and then just keep building.
Build up.
And then just keep building.
And you need a team too, especially like you say, a mechanic, a reliable mechanic. Now, if something happened over the road, you can't help that. But you want a mechanic that you ain't gonna knock you over the head. Somebody that you know that's not going.
Hey, bro, that's what these are for, bro. Any place I done went to, because I think I done got rid of the junk ones. Because there was a couple of them. I went to the one that put that bypass oil filtration system on there. I told people, don't ever take your truck there. But like all the rest of them, like, I ain't never taking my truck back there again. Dude, it took them 2 days to fix it. Then when they finally got it fixed on their second day, I crunked the truck up and I heard, psh, dude, the oil hose that came loose and it sprayed oil everywhere. And in my head, but before I crunked the truck up, I was like, man, I'm gonna get down the road. This hose gonna come loose. Then I'm gonna have to be calling somebody. But it came loose from underneath the hood. And I'm like, man, I ain't never coming back here, because that was like $2,900. And that was for them to install it. And they drilled a hole in my oil pan. And I'm like, hey, just route it back behind the oil filter. And that's it. So just be careful about where you take your truck to. Usually you can ask other people. Ask other truck drivers, and when I say other truck drivers, I mean you ask other owner operators who they take their truck to, where they get their tires from.
Here's a good tire shop here called Cram Tire, man. Best tire shop, at least I know, in the Atlanta area.
What's the name of it?
Cram Tire, K-R-A-M.
K-R-A-M. I'll look it up later. Cam Tire.
Off of Moreland, off of Moreland Avenue.
Moreland Avenue. Cause I looked that up, bro. Cause I'm always trying to get more of these, bro. So if something comes up, something pops up, make sure you get a good fuel card.
Yeah.
You know who you use? You using the mainstreams or you using one of the
So what's crazy is I go back and forth. Right now I'm with Apex, and that's pretty much just Flying J and Pilot. And then sometimes, like I say, if I'm at QT, because usually QT is so cheap, then I'll use my Business Platinum card. With I got an Amex Business Platinum card. I just put the fuel on there, and then I'm also racking up points. So I build up my points. Once I build up enough points, like you say, you can get a flight, you can get a hotel, just things of that nature. So I kind of go between the two. Kind of don't really want to have two. Oh, and TSD, but I haven't used it. Because I think TSD is more so out for the West, right?
I don't know. The only two I've used is like the Loves and the Loves and the Pilot. And outside of that, like usually once I get enough for a free shower, cheap fuel, wherever I can get it at. Wherever I can get my truck in at. Just like last night, it was $3.59. Like, I'm stopping right here. I had to wait in line because they only had one fuel out at work. That's fine. I'll wait. Because all the rest of it was like, what, $2.20?
I was just telling them today, I rolled by the Pilot today, $4 a gallon. Went to the QT. QT was $3.65.
Dude, hey, like I was telling you, that fuel price gets to a certain point. Okay, oil field, here I come. Cause it's like, hey man, like golly, and you go up north, 4.30, cause that whole drive.
And if y'all know the diesel is $4.30 a gallon, bro, start running for $2 a mile. You're hurting it for everybody. You're hurting it for everybody else. It just don't make sense. The rates. And I talk to the brokers. I do. I talk to some of the brokers. Somebody taking the cheap freight, you know, and you know, when I'm talking to them, they're like, yeah, man, there's people out here taking loads for $1.60, $1.70, diesel $4 a gallon. I'm like, how are y'all even eating? Like,
dude, I'm happy you brought that up because that's one of the reasons I don't use it might not be on this phone. It's not. That's one of the reasons I don't use TQL. When
they garbage, man, dude, and they have the worst attitudes.
Yeah, because they be like, I'm doing you a favor by answering the phone, man. I'm like, dude, you know what I'm talking about too. I'm like, you're like, what? And then you want to tell me some, oh well, this is going 500 miles, but we can only do $700.
I'm like, and you know what's so crazy? The TQL is the largest brokerage. A lot of people don't know that. TQL is, like, statistically, they are the largest brokerage in America.
And bro, when they need you, like you'll see a difference. Like when they need you, like when they need something, like when they call you, like we're paying $2 and something a mile. Hey man, if you can come up to like $2.75, maybe $3, maybe we can talk. Well, it's just a trailer move, yeah, but I gotta move that trailer though. You know, so I don't know, man. It's I can't haul for a certain amount. And it's like me and you were talking. With my own truck and trailer, $3.50 a mile is where I'm trying to stay above that. Yeah. Because $3.50 a mile will.
Gotta say, hopefully he ain't trying to knock nobody's hood off.
$3.50 a mile. The truck makes money. I make money. And if there was a driver, and
that maintenance account full.
And that maintenance account full, and if there was a driver, the driver was getting paid. But if it's $1, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. The closest thing I've hauled freight when I was doing power only for like $1.90, because there was nothing else. And I was like, all right, I can sit here and keep looking, or I can haul something and get out of this area. And I said, okay, I just want to get out of this area. You know, it's like we're talking about Florida. Yeah. Stuff is usually paying good going into Florida, but trying to get up out of Florida, you know. Yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. But
me personally, I wouldn't go to Florida unless I'm getting paid at least $4 a mile.
Exactly.
At least $4 a mile.
Exactly. $4 a mile.
And the deeper you go,
no. Tampa, Orlando. That's as far as I'm going. I ain't going and to be honest, I don't want to go no deeper than Jacksonville, because once you get off,
at least you could deadhead to Savannah.
Yeah, exactly. But you get off in Tampa, like anywhere, because I done seen some lows that were paying like $4.50 a mile, but I'm like, it's going to Miami. Nope, ain't no way, because then you get down there and all you see is a bunch of lows just running around.
Yeah, it's a lot of,
like, no, man, I'm not getting caught up in that, bro. Oh, man, what's